G'day guys, Jaden here from Abraham's Fortune Wellness Centre, sharing a little bit about where I'm at today in a different frame as well, I might add. Talking about overcoming self-judgment. Judgment's a tricky one, right? Whether it's for ourselves or from others, it's imposing a standard and then seeing someone's not meeting that standard, whether it's someone else again or ourselves, and then giving that person or making a judgment essentially, right? But what is a judgment then? Well, it's a good question. In my humble opinion, it's putting someone in a certain specific category or labeling them in some certain way, and usually it's negative because they're not making that standard, right? It's essentially saying that, I, as a person, if I judge myself or I judge others, I am able to judge because I am on a platform of sorts that allows me to be able to pass on critique to others, again, or myself. When it comes to others, it's a little bit different, right? Because there's that tendency you can sit up on your high horse and go, look at this person over there, they're not making the mark. Look at this person over here, he's got weird shoes. Look at this guy, doesn't comb his hair. When it's with yourself, it'd be a little bit trickier, right? I mean, I'd ask, when it comes to self-judgment, what you're actually defining yourself as, because if I judge myself for the jumper I'm wearing, I'm not my jumper, right? If I judge myself for my hairstyle, again, I'm not my hair. If I go get a haircut, I'm still me, right? I'm taught in my spiritual space, and depending on what you guys align to, you might align with this spiritually, that we are not our physical body, we are not our mind, we are spirit, soul. We are part and parcel of the Lord, made in his image. And again, depending on your belief system, you may align with that, you may not. But I personally believe that that's the best way to define myself. And if I am part and parcel of the Lord, truly as an essence, I can't actually ever judge myself, right? Because that is the standard. God is the standard. If you watch this and maybe you don't even believe in God, you're an atheist or somewhat agnostic, even just to see God less as a being and more as a standard of, in terms of it's the best possible thing, you know what I mean? The most good, the most beautiful, the most loving, the best of all things, you know what I mean? The standard is set by that word God. It's meant to be something higher than ourselves, the best of. And so, to get back to the main point of this video, when it comes to self-judgment, some tips, I suppose, some insights around that is, if you are finding yourself judging yourself, first of all, what are you actually even judging, right? Because more often than not, it's actually not yourself. When we try to judge our true selves, it becomes physically impossible. And to give yourself a bit of a break too, you know what I mean? None of us are actually God himself. None of us are going to be hitting that standard every single time. This one's a little bit for me too, because I hold myself to such a high standard. Even when I mess up words, I go, what are you doing? Getting better as I connect to the Lord. But holding yourself to such a high standard where you judge yourself for things, if you then develop shame, beat yourself up for it after the moment, it's not going to really help you at all on your journey, right? Truly, we're all limited beings. We're all going to make mistakes as human beings. And so to find some grace, my grace personally, I find that in the Lord. Maybe you do too. Maybe you find it in some sort of other practice or way in your life. Again, we're all going to be different. But the trick is to see through what it is that you're judging yourself by and see that it actually doesn't define you in any sort of means. And then still giving yourself some space to stumble on the journey as we venture forth. Would love to hear from you guys in the comments. Don't judge, right? And until next time, we'll see you then.